Hello, my beauties. My name is Leah, and welcome to my channel. Please hit subscribe and leave comments below. I love hearing from you. I'm pretty new to YouTube, so thanks for your patience with me. In this video, I will be talking about how to buy a crystal bowl. I felt called to make this video because I have so many people asking me all the time about how to buy a crystal bowl because the world of crystal bowls is quite overwhelming and confusing. I have been playing crystal bowls for about 5 years now, and I recently, in the past year, have opened my own crystal bowl shop, and I sell them in a bit of an unconventional way. The world of crystal bowls is overwhelming and confusing because sometimes a bowl can cost like $50 on Amazon, or it can be like $50,000. Yes, there are bowls that cost $50,000, and that is actually pretty crazy. So how do you know what bowl to pick? How do you know what to buy? I mean, it's just kind of crazy, right? It's pretty overwhelming. And oftentimes we go into our mind when we go in to buy something, and this is actually the wrong way to do it. So in this video, I'm going to break down a lot of frequently asked questions about buying crystal bowls, and I will also go into how I personally sell crystal bowls, that I sell them in a very unique way, in case you decide you would like to buy one from me. So first, what are crystal singing bowls? These are crystal bowls right behind me. They come either like this in this white shape, or sometimes they come like this and they're colorful. They can also be in the shape of a grail. Hold on, let me show you. Like this, ta-da, or this is called a therapy bowl. Just depends. They come in lots of shapes and sizes. And how do you pick your first bowl? So crystal bowls, they are made from quartz crystal. The ones that I sell are made from 99.9% quartz crystal. I have a really amazing supplier that I've been working with, and I'm super, super happy with the quality of them. These bowls are used for sound healing, meditation, energy work, and they help to enhance your well-being, but they also have specific messages just for you. You know, these crystal bowls, they come from quartz crystals that have been inside of the earth, okay? And each quartz crystal is unique. Like here, this is a key crystal. Look at that little keyhole there. And so imagine that this is a key crystal, right? So a key crystal is going to have a very specific message and function. So inside one of these bowls, imagine that this is sanded down and then made into a crystal bowl. It's going to have the essence of this and who knows what else. I mean, this has been in the earth with information. This also has some Lemuria lines on there. So really, when you play a crystal bowl, you are working way more with just like a note and a chakra. You're working with a whole world of information that has been stored inside the earth for millennia. So how do you choose your bowl? This is my advice. My advice is intuition, not your mind. Do not think like, oh, my chakra, this chakra, blah, blah, blah. No. Take time and listen. So oftentimes, I have a sound meditation that I will link. And you can listen to all the different sounds of each note. And then it's good to not know what that note is, because when you know what the note is, or you know what chakra it works on, that's up here. I invite you to really listen to the sound. Another way is you maybe want to do a guided meditation. I also have a guided meditation where you tune into yourself and you visualize yourself in front of a crystal bowl or multiple crystal bowls, and you see what is around me. Are they white? Do they have a color? Is it a certain shape? How do I see myself? And see what comes to you in a vision. Again, the idea is really not to use your mind. We are so mental, but crystal bowls and crystalline language is a language of the heart. The crystal bowl that you are searching for, it is also searching for you. Imagine that it is this object stored of so much info, and it is attuned just for you. It's looking for you. Like that essence that it is wanting to come to you and your soul is craving that essence. And another question I get asked quite often is, do I need experience? Like, what if I've never taken a course? How do I know? So the thing is that crystal bowls are highly intuitive instruments. It's not like a guitar that you need to study and blah, 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 and know how to learn. I mean, the crystal bowl, you just go softly around the rim and you listen to it. So anyone really can play a crystal bowl. They're very easy to play. However, if you study with me, I have a lot of ways to kind of connect with them on a deeper level, because the biggest skill required to play a crystal bowl is deep listening. They really require listening. I see so many people that just bang the bowl or overplay, and they want to be listened to, and they open up with softness. I often say that a crystal bowl is like a pussy. And I say this because how do we open up down there? We open up through softness, through listening, through love, not through being banged on right away. And the same with a crystal bowl. Crystal bowls, they open up like a flower, like a rose, with time, with love. And so just softly going around and playing and listening, they will open up a lot to you. And then I often get asked about the different types of crystal singing bowls. So I offer both frosted and alchemy bowls. Frosted bowls, for me, okay, are a base because they are like white quartz. And I have a crystal therapy background, okay? Now, in the world of sound healing and crystal sound healing, a lot of people poo-poo on these white bowls, and they poo-poo on these white bowls because they're not as expensive. Why are they not as expensive? Because to make them is easier. However, they're made up of pure white quartz. They have no color. It's like a blank slate. And so this is the most similar to our teeth, to our bones. The quartz in crystal therapy in the crystalline realm is the master. And so for me, these are the master. They are infinite. Whereas when you start to work with a specific stone or an alchemy bowl. So what is an alchemy bowl? An alchemy bowl is a term that was coined by this brand called Crystal Tones. They make beautiful bowls, but they are very expensive. And they are a mix of different stones infused. So like, for example, they take like apophyllite and quartz and they put it together in a bowl to make a color. And then they put a colorant in there. And it has a more distinct flavor than just a plain quartz bowl. So an alchemy bowl is that. It is an alchemy. There are different minerals mixed together. Beautiful, potent, will take you on a strong journey. However, it's not the same as just a white quartz. There is no right and wrong, however. I know people that they want to start with just white quartz bowls. I know people that say, hey, I see myself with a pink bowl. You have to go with what you feel and trust that that frequency is also coming for you and looking for you. So again, there really is no right or wrong way, but those are the difference. Then again, there's the therapy bowl and the grail. There's also other like double grails, double therapy bowls, but we're just talking about the beginning here, the basics. And the basics for me are these white bowls and then also the colorful bowls. But again, just repeating, white bowls are really a base. There's a lot of things that you can do energetically with, and I go over this in my courses, with white bowls that you cannot do with alchemy bowls. Alchemy bowls are a bit more limited with what you can do with them. Just because it's like a white quartz. With a white quartz, you can do a lot of things that you cannot do with other minerals. Oftentimes, another thing people ask is like, how does it work with the notes and the chakras and all this stuff? So there is and you can search this on Google, like you can find this on so many websites, and I don't want to give you information that you can find anywhere else. Because I think, yeah, you can Google that on your own, but each bowl, each note is related to a chakra, to an endocrine gland system. But again, this is still mental, okay, to a note. while we need that mental information to a certain extent, true healing comes when we drop out of the mind and into our heart. So oftentimes when people want to choose a bowl, I'll say, let's listen, let's see what you feel. And then we can find other bowls to balance them out. What do I mean by that? So on the musical scale, you have to imagine that the notes touch each other. So there's 7 main, let's say you're working with like a set, because a lot of times people get a set. So what is a set? A set is 7 bowls or 8, depending on if you want to work with your star chakra or not. So an 8 would be an octave, or 7 would be the musical scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, or ti, do, depending on if you're in Europe, if you're in the States, or C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Okay. And they all correspond to a different chakra, this musical scale. When someone buys a bowl and they pick their first note, I think it's good to first pick a first note if you don't have any bowls. And then if you want more and you don't want to buy 7, you don't want to buy a full set, but you want something else, I always suggest to buy a bowl that will balance it out. So for example, if you want to get a bowl that works on your heart, I wouldn't advise to get a bowl that works on your throat and a bowl that works on your stomach, because they touch each other. And so when 2 bowls touch each other, when 2 notes touch each other, it rubs together and it creates tension. While this has a very important function in sound healing, because we need tension to clear things out, it also can create a bit of tension. And so it's better to have 2 notes with a little bit more space. So like a heart F note together with a root chakra note, or the bowl for the sacral chakra, a re, or a D. Sorry, I speak a lot of languages and I get confused sometimes. So it's good to have spaces so you create harmony. So I usually advise, like, my favorite harmony is a perfect 5th. So that would be if you got a root bowl, which is a C, together with the throat bowl, which is a G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful harmony. Or you can get the sacral chakra, D, D, 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, A, La. Beautiful 5th, amazing harmony. However, there is no right or wrong. I really advise you to trust your intuition. And if you really say, hey, I want 2 notes that rub next to each other, by all means, go out there and get it. But have this, like, there is one important thing to know, that if you get 2 notes that rub next to each other, you're going to create tension. I'm going to give you just a little demo here now so I can show you what I mean by that. So you can listen and feel that, because I want you to feel this tension. So I am going to play the root bowl. Let me just make sure you can hear this. There we go. Okay, root. And here is the throat. See how nice that is? Just tune into these 2 notes together. Okay. Now, let's say I get 2 notes that touch each other. So 2 notes that touch each other could be the heart and the throat. So I'm going to take my throat bowl back, and I'm going to play my heart bowl. This is for the heart. Not a lot of space there. Just tune into how they are so tight next to each other. back down to a lower note sounds much better. So I always advise, yes, go with your intuition. However, be smart. When you play crystal bowls, most of it is intuition. However, weird noises may come out when you're sounding, when you're doing a sound healing, when you're doing a session, when you're playing for yourself. But you always want to have a bit of that musical background, the fall background, so you can end in harmony. We always want to end and close in harmony. So when you're buying a bowl, when you're buying a set, I have an article about this on my website. You can read more. You can send me a message if you're interested. But it's important to end or to have a harmony in your set so you can close on that harmonious note. 432 or 440. So this is a frequency thing. Okay. So most crystal bowls, they're also tuned to 528 sometimes are tuned to 440 or 432. Now, you will see so much information online on sound healing websites that 432 is the healing frequency. There's just a lot on 432. However, there is no right or wrong. There is no rule of thumb. Okay. I invite you to listen to 432 and 440 and understand which one you like better. So it's just a tuning. We're talking about how many times it beats, okay, the hertz. And in the modern music world, everything is tuned to 440. Everything is tuned to the same thing because instruments need to be tuned to the same exact frequency. So when they're played together, they sound good. Okay. This happened back when they were playing symphonies and orchestras. Someone decided, okay, the tuning for all the orchestras is going to be 440. I don't know why they picked that one. There's a lot of theories about it. I'm not going to go into the theories. My point is choose what you like best. I have some YouTube videos that I can link below where you can see and listen. What sound do you like better? Do you like 440 or do you like 442? 432? It's a personal preference. It's about your resonance. Like what, when you listen to, makes you feel good. Don't bother reading about it on the internet because you will just go into like a whole K-hole of stuff and you'll just get confused. It doesn't matter what other people say. It matters what you feel, what moves you, because what is going to move you is ultimately going to be your medicine and then has a magnetic effect and affect everyone else. So, and one more thing about 430, 432. The other thing is if you decide to get something in 440 or 432, you want to make sure that all your other things are tuned to the same thing. So if you get one crystal bowl that's tuned to 432, you're going to want all your bowls to be tuned to 432. The same is if you get another instrument. So, for example, I often use this harp when I'm doing soundscapes. And this harp is tuned to 432. I personally prefer 432. So you want to make sure that everything is in that same tuning. It's important to make a choice. What do I like? Okay, I like that. And stay with that. Because if you have some things in 432 and some things in 440, you're going to hear a slight difference. Again, it's not that big of a deal, but it's better to just have it all in the same tuning. The second thing that I want to talk about, or the other thing that I want to talk about is octaves. So there's the fourth octave and the third octave. There's also the fifth octave. However, the octave that we work mostly with in sound healing is the fourth. The fourth octave is the middle octave. The third octave has a lower sound. And then the fifth octave has a really high sound. It depends. Again, when you're first starting out, I recommend starting out with the fourth octave. I'm just going to play it for you so you can hear it. So this is the fourth octave. Oh, the curtain's blocking that one out. Hear that, right? Now, let's say I want to play a lower octave. This is a lower octave bowl. Lower sound. Lower sound. Third octave. Again, it depends on if you want something lower, more grounded, or if you want something higher. I suggest starting with the fourth octave and then building your set up from there. So, a few other questions about bowls, about where to buy them. I say, like, really, you can buy them anywhere. You can buy them from any website that you like. I encourage you to read reviews. Amazon has amazing crystal bowls that I bought from before. However, I've also bought crap crystal bowls, and you want to trust your source. If you want to buy them from me, I also sell crystal bowls. And if you buy them from me, I also provide a guide on how to cleanse them, how to purify them, how to connect with them, and how to bless them. These are really important things because these babies, they're living beings. They are truly full of consciousness. And so the more that we can connect with them as crystals, as beings, they really open up and have specific messages just for you. And their healing benefits and messages are just amplified when you start to treat them as a living thing. You activate them. If you do decide to buy a bowl from me, please know that it takes time. Okay. The thing is with Amazon is it's quick. However, sometimes you have to wait in life. This is when you buy a crystal bowl, it's a huge energy that's coming into your life. Like just holding a bowl on your chest and breathing, your heart will start to beat faster. The energy already moves. So just having these presences around is a lot. And so we're in this moment of, consumerism where we're used to just buying it. It's here. The next day, I want it now. However, I invite you with crystal bowls to take your time. And if it's going to take a month for it to arrive, maybe it's going to take a month for it to arrive. And that's okay. It's something special. It's a frequency that's going to come into your life that you need. And what do I mean by frequency? Because I want to talk about this a bit deeper here. As I said, and I say so many times, it's so much more than just a note and a chakra. And I also do a service where I channel bowls for people. So I have this bowl that is, for me, Isis. I sat with it a long time and she really carries the frequency of Isis. Isis is also a master crystal. She's in a lot of quartzes. And I was very connected with her. She brought me so, so much. She was a personal bowl. And a friend came to me and he said, I want a bowl for my mother. And I said, okay, I'm moving. I'm going to get rid of some of my bowls. I'm kind of going through a big shift in my life. And I said, let's just play the bowls and feel like what we feel for her. And as soon as I hit that Isis bowl, I got chills all up the back of my neck, my throat, my behind my shoulders. And it was like, I want to go to this person's mother. And my mind was like, no, I don't want to get rid of the bowl. But in my heart, I knew that that bowl had already given me everything that it had to give me, and it wanted to go to her. So I let it go to her. And she's very, very happy with it. She said it just like, and it's funny because her son tried to touch it. And when he touches it, he can't play the bowl. It won't play for her. And when she touches it, it's like, wah, and screams. So this is just an indication that they're sensitive beings. Like another thing that happens sometimes is people buy a bowl and they're like, it's out of tune. It's flat. They need time sometimes to open up. They need time sometimes to activate. I've had bowls that are a little bit flat, and then I'll make a crystal grid around it, or I'll visualize a symbol, or I'll sit with it, or I'll take it to another place on earth, and it opens up and it activates. I have so many stories about this. And examples that this has happened. So they're energetic instruments. All instruments are energetic, but these especially, they are quartz crystal. They are very similar to us. And so that is something else that I want to just really underline and get across. Like it doesn't exist that your bowl is flat. Okay. It exists that maybe it's not activated yet, but maybe it's needs some time. And let me see if there's any other questions that I wanted to answer about buying a bowl. I think that's it for today. If you have any other questions for me, please let me know. It's really been a pleasure. Thank you so, so much. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. You can send me a message. Please, I love to hear from you. You can send me an email. If you want to buy a bowl from me, you can send me an email. If you are interested in connecting and becoming a sound healer and getting sound meditations, any of it, I have so many goodies and things available. Thank you so much. And also, please, if you like my content, subscribe to my channel. I'm new to all this. I'm new to YouTube, and I'm just excited to be here. So, yeah, sending you lots and lots of love and blessings.